right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's time for Veterans News, and Hank Whittier is in the studio. Good morning, Hank.
Here again, that's right. Everybody's disappointment, probably, but I am here. You know, the other night we had that fundraiser at the college, thanks to the Board of Realtors. Outstanding night. So let me thank everybody who helped us with that. That was a great night. Had about 400 people show up, I think.
Wow.
Out at last Friday night. You were there. Don Harrison
Yes,
and his
I
wife
was.
came. He didn't spend any money, but he came.
I found
and
my
he didn't buy
tickets.
his own tickets either. I had to buy his tickets the second time around. But we had a great night, and I just want to thank everybody, all the volunteers and all the realtors for their hard work. It was a great night. And we have Dr. Knapp and his staff here today. I want to talk about a couple of issues, I think vaccinations and other things that we need to get. But in the meantime, we do have casualties and we do have a couple of announcements. So,
yes, we do have two firefighter notifications. We have firefighter John Gupton of the Justice Rural Volunteer Fire Department in Spring Hope, North Carolina, died on September 16th. And we have firefighter Kevin Oliver from the Anderson Township, Ohio Fire Department, who died on September 5th. We have 3 officer down. We have Border Patrol Agent Tyler Robidello, and his end of watch was on September the 12th. We have Corporal Byron Dixon of the Pennsylvania State Police, whose end of watch was on September 12th. And we have Deputy Michael Norris of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office in Georgia, and his end of watch was September 14th. We also have, unfortunately, a Department of Defense casualty. United States Marine Corps Sergeant Charles Strong was killed in Afghanistan on September the 15th. Our prayers and our thoughts are with all the families of these fallen officers, firefighters, and soldiers.
okay. Anybody local they want to mention? Nobody. All right. Larry, if you would, buddy.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it. Sergeant Curley,
Good morning,
it is a good morning.
and good morning, Ocala, Marion County. My job is to remind you, of course, that the VFW Post 7193 will have its annual dinner dance at the Elks Lodge, number 286, November the 1st, 2014. Starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Location is 702 Northeast 25th Avenue. This annual dinner dance is our major fundraiser for the year, and tickets are $35 each, and will go on sale next Wednesday. Please support this effort in 4 ways. First, you can be a patron on our patrons list, or you can buy an ad in our souvenir booklet. The black and white ads range from $25 to $100 according to the size, and the color ad will also run you $45 to $200 according to its size. So either you can do that or buy tickets, or you can do all 3 or all 4. And for a $250 donation, your name or your designate will be on our perpetual plaque, which will be right outside the building once the building is established. So help us out and continue to support us as we try to get this community center / VFW Post built. And once again, Ocala, we thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. All right, listen, let's not forget Bob Wines. He's out. We still got all those great plants and all the other great things.
He sure
that they
does.
sell.
Bob Wines is out there, and they're really good to veterans. They're located at 2610 Southeast 38th Street in beautiful Ocala. And you know, when it comes to landscaping, Bob Wines has what you need. Everything from small plants to large trees, mulch, fertilizer, and much more. Bob Wines will deliver it if you can't pick it up, and they guarantee their trees. Bob Wines Camellia Gardens and Nursery has kept things blooming in Ocala since 1952. And when you go into Bob Wines, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Veterans News Hour, and veterans get a 10% discount. You can't beat that.
Plants and all that stuff on trees are guaranteed.
Guaranteed, and 10% off to boot.
That's right. I'll be out there. Matter of fact, this weekend I'm supposed to do some planting. Vivian has given me my instructions. So, Don, you got anything you want to mention?
Yeah, my wife got me a new doctor.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and I was kind of excited.
Proctologist or?
No, his name was Kevorkian. and
Excited about him.
yeah, I'm all excited about this meeting.
Let's take this one phone call, then I'm going to get our good doctor from the VA over here to talk about why we need vaccinations and stuff, and I'm sure, go ahead.
And you'll need your headphones to hear the caller.
Well, maybe not.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Hello.
Good morning, this is Captain James
Morning.
from Marion County Sheriff's Office.
There's nobody there, Larry.
Yeah, you should be able to hear him, yeah.
I don't hear anything.
He's there.
Hear
It's with the
anything?
sheriff's office, yeah.
Not hearing anything.
Go ahead, sir, go ahead.
It's Captain James Pogue of the Marion County Sheriff's Office. We've had 5 officers that have lost their lives this week.
Did any of us hearing anything down here?
Yes, I hear it.
Yeah, he's there.
He's saying there's 5 officers that were down, and he's going to announce them.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we who's this? What we did is we went through the casualty list already.
Okay,
Okay.
no problem. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in.
All right, bye-bye.
Could you not hear him, Hank?
No,
Not at all, huh?
I couldn't hear a thing on this end. We were playing with the knobs and didn't,
Okay.
maybe. All right. Is he gone now?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we may want to apologize to him because he's a captain of the
yeah, I'll get with
sheriff's
him.
department.
Yeah, we'll get with him. Thanks
You
for
guys
calling.
could hear him, right?
I could hear him.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything
very
down
well.
here.
There you go.
Maybe we were twisting the wrong knob.
Yeah, and,
Probably.
wouldn't be the first
Well,
time.
yeah, that wouldn't be the first time. Yeah. Anyway, listen, appreciate you. We're going to be out there tomorrow anyway, so we'll get with them, and we got a meeting with the sheriff tomorrow. So, but thank you for calling in. But we did it. I guess we might have jumped the gun a little bit. But listen, we have Dr. Napier, who from the VA director of the local clinic, and a couple of his good people, which I'm sure he'll introduce with their proper titles, because I'll get the titles all mixed up. But they're going to talk about, I'm sure, flu shots and other vaccinations, shingles, and everything else. Welcome back from Italy, Rome. Thanks for not bringing us a gift.
Oh,
Didn't bring us a thing, not even a postcard or
No T-shirt?
nothing, not a thing.
No, that's
Something blessed by the Pope. We got
None of that.
absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
you were in their thoughts.
And prayers.
Prayers.
Did you at least say a prayer for us over there?
No question about it. I prayed for you very hard in St. Peter's Basilica.
All right, listen, I'm not going to, you guys have a lot to talk about, and I appreciate you coming in, and it is getting into that time of year where people need to get to their clinics, either VA, or if you don't go to the VA, you need to go to your own doctor, make sure you get flu shots or shingles or whatever, whatever's appropriate. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys, and I'm sure you'll enlighten people.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Hank. I'm here with our chief nurse, C.C. Malera, and our pharmacist, Dr. Charla Gary. And the preview of this show is, if our veterans will listen for the next 15 minutes, this may save your life. We're going to talk about influenza vaccine and shingles vaccine. And one of the urgencies of this was, in the last couple of years, we've noticed that young people don't get influenza vaccines. Young people meaning under the age of 65. And consequently, the local hospitals and University of Florida Hospital, which we've mentioned on this radio show in the past, have been filled with 50-year-olds with severe influenza pneumonia. So this year we're going to make a real big push to get everyone vaccinated. And we also want to speak about shingles vaccines. If you have any friends, neighbors, or family that have had the shingles, you know how bad that is. So we'll talk about that today too. So let me start, Cece. We're not in flu season yet, but when is flu season? When is the VA going to start giving flu shots?
The VA will start giving flu shots by October. We're expecting to get the flu vaccine anytime now, and as soon as we get them, the clinic will have walk-in flu vaccines available Mondays to Fridays from 9:30 to 11:30, and again from 1:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon.
It's a terrific service. We'll give flu shots. If you come in for your appointment and you haven't had a flu shot, we'll give you a flu shot right there.
I got to ask you a question about the flu shots, though. It's my understanding it's really a crapshoot when it comes down to what flu is going to be the big flu. And so a lot of us will say, well, why should I get that flu shot if it's not going to be that? Because by the time you get your flu vaccines, it could be a different type of strain out there. Is that correct?
Well, there's two answers to that. One is that the CDC comes up with the vaccine yearly, and they're usually pretty good. The second answer, and the important answer why we're here, Don, is that one of the flu viruses that was going through the community in the last 5 years is H1N1. And the flu vaccine covers that, and the H1N1 is the one that's putting people in the hospital. So by having antibodies to the different viruses really helps. And I'll give you a further example of that, not to prolong this question, but anyone before that was born before 1950 has been exposed to H1N1, and that's why the older people over the age of 65 have some built-in immunity. So having immunity either from having seen the flu vaccine in the or flu virus in the past or getting prior vaccines really pays off in the future. So it really is worthwhile. So that question kind of is a non-starter.
Now, here's another great one, because I speak to a lot of the veterans. Well, if you give me the flu vaccine, I always get the flu from the vaccine, and I know that's not true, but it's but they need to hear that from the professionals.
Sure. Dr. Gary, you have any comment on that?
No.
Can you get the flu from the flu vaccine?
No, you cannot. You cannot get the flu from the vaccine. I know some people do have some symptoms of the flu after you've had the vaccine, but it takes about 2 weeks after you get the flu vaccine to kind of get immunity to it.
So it's fear, the fear of the needle.
Well, let me ask the question. In years ago, I've been a doctor a long time. We used to only vaccinate anyone who was over the age of 65 with influenza. Has that changed, Cece?
Yes. Anybody that is 6 months or old, anybody that's 6 months or older need to get the flu vaccine.
So if I'm a 50-year-old healthy guy like Hank, should he get flu vaccine?
Yeah, we still recommend that he gets it. Yes, you still need it.
For sure. That's one of the reasons that we're here today on the radio, that young people don't think they need flu vaccines. You do. And I always tell my patients that if you watch the nightly news, the diseases now in our society are just being spread all over the world. You can have Ebola virus, for example, and be on a plane at 12 o'clock and be in New York City by 6 o'clock. So, it really makes sense to go ahead and get your vaccinations. And at the VA, they're free. The VA leads the world in vaccinations.
How long would that first, if you had a flu shot last year, how long would that one last?
You'll need another one this time that the new season starts.
Okay, so the new season starts in October, so I need to get me one now,
Yes.
between now and November.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
All right, thank
So
you.
are they all the same, the flu shots every year?
No. There's they tweak them just a little bit depending on the viruses that they monitor worldwide, and your immunity does wane over a period of 12 months. So you really do need your flu shot every single year. One of the things we're really excited about, as I said, the VA leads the world in vaccinations, and they're all free. We started giving shingles vaccine in our clinic about 2 years ago, and we've given over 2,000 vaccinations. So it's really been a wonderful program. But let me ask Dr. Gary about what is the shingles and what are the symptoms of shingles?
Okay, the shingles disease, I guess, is a inflammation of the nerves cells, and it can be very painful. The vaccine is used, and it's from the same virus as chickenpox. So shingles is caused from the same virus that chickenpox comes from, and if you have had chickenpox in the past, you have a greater chance of getting shingles at an older age.
Very good. And what is the age group we're vaccinating now in the clinic?
At the VA, the age limit is 60 years of age and older. But I think maybe a year ago, the CDC lowered it to the age of 50. So it is available for the age of 50 and above, but for the VA, it's still 60.
And you have a phone call? You'll need your headphones to hear the call?
Very good.
Okay.
That would be great.
Hopefully they're working now.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'd like to know, is that shingles vaccination, you have to have that every year, or is once you get it, it's good, it's like a pox vaccination? I hang up and listen, thank you.
Okay. The shingles vaccine is just a one-time thing, a one-time vaccine.
Can I ask you a question about the shingles?
Sure.
Yeah. Have we determined what might trigger that? I mean, is it stress, or is it something else that may trigger, just because a lot of us go through it and never have it, and then they say about maybe a third or a quarter of the people at certain ages will get it. I mean, what would set that off? I mean, is there any indication of that?
The only thing I know of, Dr. Knapp, you may be able to let me know if there's something else, but I just know that it's the chickenpox virus, and it can lie dormant in your body for a number of years. Some, people never have it, but...
Stress have anything to do with that?
It can. Now, usually, there's two things here, Hank. One is if you get a medical illness that lowers your immunity, like you may get cancer or chemotherapy. Or, sorry to tell you, as we all get older, our immune system actually decreases. So over the age of 60, the data we have is you have a 1 out of 3 chance of getting the shingles over the age of 60, just because as you get older, your immune system goes down and you're more susceptible to diseases. Okay, Dr. Gary, let me ask you another couple of questions about the shingles vaccine to clarify. I'm glad that caller called in. What happens if someone's had the shingles in the past? Should they get the shingles vaccine?
Yes, you should still get the vaccine if you've had shingles in the past.
Right, because you're at risk of having recurrent shingles.
Wow.
But the one shot will so you'll never get the shingles if you've never had the shingles.
Well, let me give you the complicated answer to that one. When the CDC released the shingles vaccine, the question was, should we be testing to see whether you had shingles in the past? And the answer is no. And the reason for that is because most everyone has had chickenpox or been exposed to chickenpox or been vaccinated. So what we do, Sergeant, is we don't even ask. We just automatically give the shingles vaccine.
And you have another phone call. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, everyone, for your service.
Well,
I just would like to know if it would be harmful, if you don't know if you ever had chickenpox or not, to get the shingles vaccine anyway. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
No, it's not harmful. If you don't know, like Dr. Knapp said, we don't even ask because it doesn't even matter if you've had chickenpox or shingles in the past. You still should get the vaccine. The vaccine is still recommended.
I did want to mention what Sergeant Curley had said was the statistics on the shingles vaccine are that it decreases your chance from 1 out of 3 to 1 out of 6. risks of getting active shingles as you get older. But there's two big issues here. One is most people get shingles on their chest or stomach, which is painful. But we have a lot of patients that get in their eyes, their hearing, and they could go blind. So by decreasing that, that's important. And then the other thing I want to tell you, Sergeant, is that you can't get the shingles from the shingles vaccine. But I had a patient who had the shingles vaccine, and about a year later actually did get shingles. So he was one out of the 6, that ended up with shingles. But I can tell you that the episode he got was so mild, I brought him into the office just to see it with my own eyes. So not only does it decrease your chances by 50%, but it decreases the disease, if you get it, to just much, much, much less. So it really is worthwhile. The major side effect of the shingles vaccine, for anyone listening, is it's frightfully expensive. It costs about $300. But if you come to the VA and you're a veteran, you get it free. So it really is really worthwhile.
You know, I had shingles, and it hurts. I'll tell you right now. And it lasts for quite a while.
Correct.
I think it was like 3 to 6 weeks or something. It really hurt. You couldn't even touch the area when I had it. Wow.
Have you had a shingles vaccine?
No, but I'm going to.
You don't want that pain anymore.
I do not.
I do not need that pain.
You have a lot to talk about, but what about the pneumonia shots? Are you going to be doing?
Yeah.
Because I know you do them, but
Yeah.
is there a criteria or profile of who gets that?
Yes, there's actually, I guess, 2 types of pneumonia vaccines. We have the regular 23-valent pneumonia vaccine, and then we have the Prevnar 13-valent vaccine. But those are available through the VA, and usually, unless they meet certain criteria, which means if they have certain other disease states, then they would just get the regular vaccine. But if not, then we offer the Prevnar 13 vaccine.
And we can come back and talk about that as well. The VA actually does have up-to-date vaccines that you probably can't get locally in your doctor's office. And I know time is running out, so I think we'll go ahead and turn that back over.
You got about 3 minutes.
I have one more question, though.
Just let him do the Bob Wines thing, because he's paying for the air.
We want to thank Bob Wines again for bringing us Veterans News Hour and WOC Radio. Again, when it comes to your landscaping needs, Bob Wines has everything you can imagine, from small plants to large trees. They even guarantee the trees. If you can't pick them up, they'll deliver them. Again, they're located at 2610 Southeast 38th Street in beautiful Ocala. And don't forget to tell them you're a veteran and get that 10% discount.
All right, Donnie.
Yeah, when we call in and say we want to make an appointment to get the shingles, can you get the shingles, the flu, and whatever else at the same time?
Minimum of 2. We give you a minimum of 2. So if you have a reaction, we will kind of know which one it is.
Okay, so we can...
2 at a time.
Okay, so no recreational drugs while I'm doing it. Okay. Also, all we have to do is call in and say we want the shots. You don't have to say, I'm coming in because my back is killing me or my head is hurting me. You would just say, I want to come in and get the shot.
Yeah, you can call, we'll make your appointment. The doctor will determine that there are no contraindications.
Okay. You will see me.
Well, I think the point is, they're trying to get veterans, in this case, veterans, but if you're not a veteran, go to your own doctor. But they're trying to get veterans in there to do some preventative health care, and certainly this is what it's all about, because we hear it every day, and we talk to veterans who don't get their flu vaccines or shingles and end up paying a hefty price for it later on. So, follow the doctor's advice, get the vaccines, get yourself taken care of, do some preventative health. We'll all be better off for it. Hey, listen, we're out of time, unfortunately. We need to run on, and I want to thank you guys. We're going to be doing some of those hour shows here in the next month or two. Some of them will be themed with health issues and some other things, but getting back to kind of more of an hourly format. I want to thank you for listening, and as always, always glad to have the VA here, and I want to thank you folks for your service, and God bless America, everybody.
Thank you.
My